Mindfulness encompasses different methods and practices that have been present through the ages and traditions, with the aim of manifesting a greater state of awareness and consciousness regarding the reality within, as well as the phenomena of the outside world. It is the process of turning our attention inwards in a complete state of self-observation and self-discovery. This inner awareness grows and allows us to increase self-knowledge, to better understand our thoughts patterns, emotions, and the root cause of our actions. It helps create the inner space between what is real and what is illusory, increasing our discernment and focusing our attention on the present moment, the now. Mindfulness became popular in our modern times through the traditions of Zen Buddhism, as well as modern science, medical studies, and psychology.
Mindfulness aims at allowing us to expand our awareness, to connect with our inner being. It is a means to reach our inner resources towards a clarity of mind, an inner calm, freedom from the usual reactive patterns. The relationship we have with ourselves, with others, and with the world should gradually change by seeing and understanding more clearly what is at the origin of our inner reality. Can mindfulness do this? Yes and no. Modern science highlights many health benefits such as better emotional regulation and concentration, neuroplasticity, as well as alleviating many stress-related pathologies. For all these reasons, mindful meditation has become one of the flagships of well-being practices. On the spiritual side, mindfulness can be a powerful tool for true knowledge and profound transformation. It opens the meditator's consciousness to a vast field of perception. However, our current practice of mindfulness is rooted in the expansion of the consciousness of our I personality, which is itself temporal and illusory. There is therefore a need to go beyond the limits of the ego consciousness and open ourselves to a new source of awareness, stemming from an entirely different principle. This is what we call the rose of the heart, or the divine spark, found at the center of the human being. We notice that mindfulness and all techniques that are used to achieve mindfulness can be, and usually are, put in the service of our individual self-interest, our I personality, our ego, to know ourselves better in order to achieve this or that in day-to-day life, to reduce stress, to be healthier, to have more confidence, to be better adjusted to our work environments, etc. That means to improve the functioning of our individual selves. And not only this, but an attachment to these techniques can arise, and even an attachment to an idea of spiritual attainment, an idea that our ego creates as a false idol for us, in an attempt to still be in control of all our endeavors. So we see a deviation from the original purpose of mindfulness. Our ego can still be in charge, pretending to lead us to a path of so-called spiritual growth. True mindfulness is what we could call being in the eternal present, connecting to our eternal being, to the observer, and seeing our bonds as they are. This observing would enable us to let go of these bonds and so clear the path for a new consciousness to manifest. A consciousness which is no longer self-centered, but arises from a renewed link with the Spirit.
Satori is a Japanese Zen term for awakening, comprehension, understanding. It refers to the experience of Kenzo, seeing into one's true nature. In order to detach from the ego into the soul, we have to connect with the divine element within the human being. We can refer to it as the divine spirit. And when we listen to that inner voice, the mindful heart, our thoughts differ from the ordinary ones. In order to accomplish this task, we have to create a space, silence, to let go of any judgment, cunning, maliciousness. This is the principle of non-resistance, acceptance. As soon as you concern yourself with the good and bad of your fellows, you close your heart to the light and create an opening into your consciousness for maliciousness to enter. Testing, competing with, and criticizing others weakens and defeats you. Dear friends, this process of detachment from the ego makes space for a new impulse, a new radiation to enter the human system. This Christ force comes into the hearts and minds of human beings as an inner power which will heal and unite them in the new reality of the spirit soul. Dear friends, the heart is the central point of the spiritual consciousness. This internal power is love, which brings life to the human souls. The fruit of the Spirit is love, acceptance of oneself and others. Human beings cannot touch the universal mysteries of the kingdom of God without coming into contact with the Spirit, without living in love. This process allows us to see into one's true nature. This connection with the inner being allows us to experience true peace beyond the daily noise, worries, and turmoil, and to awaken the higher consciousness to the true manas, the original, divine human being. To live in love is the only way to free ourselves from all conflicts and limitations. Listen to the spirit, to the voice of the silence. Remove the veil.
We warmly invite you to a series of public talks starting on Sunday, the 9th of May. During these inward explorations, we will be discussing in more depth the subjects just touched upon during this video. Please find the full details on the link given below, and we look forward to seeing you then.